Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear students, before starting with the chapter, I would like to introduce you with the subject. In commerce stream, you will study various subjects covering topics like business, management of business, economics, financial accounts, etc. Secretarial practice is one of the subject in commerce in which you are going to study about the popular form of business organization, that is the joint stock company, along with the role and importance of company secretary. With this, we are going to start with the chapter number 1, that is secretary. In this chapter, we are going to see origin of secretary, its meaning and definition, features, importance, its types. Then you have got functions of secretary, qualities of secretary. Let's begin with the chapter. Coming to the part, that is the very first part, origin of secretary. What do you mean by the origin of secretary? Here in this we are going to see the emergence of this profession, or I can say from where the word secretary is derived. See, in the 19th century, a person who used to do daily correspondence and a person who used to maintain the financial activities were known as secretary. Now, daily correspondence means writing. Okay, daily correspondence means to provide to the another person something in writing, or I can say you are writing for the other person or someone's behalf. In the 19th century, secretary was a person who used to do daily correspondence and the financial activities for the other person. Now see here, there are two Latin words, that is secretum and secretus, which means secrets. So here we go with the word secretary is derived from the Latin word secretarius, which means someone who works for a person of great importance. Now, a person of a great importance, who I can say is a person of great importance? To whom? A person of great importance is someone who receives special treatment because they are famous or they are powerful. Person of great importance is a person to whom you give certain special treatment. See, in the earlier times, can I say a king is a person of great importance or a king is very powerful or famous, right? So the person who was of great importance, secretary used to work for them. Now in the Roman times, scribe, okay, this person used to be a professional letter writer or the one who maintain confidential records. Now a professional letter writer in the Roman times, when a person used to write letters for the other person, or when the person who used to maintain the confidential records is something, the personal records, the secrets, okay, the private records used to be known as scribe in the Roman times. And now coming to the ancient Indian history, okay, in India here, when a person used to do the secretarial work, okay, when the person was named as secretary, the other names were Amatya, Sachiva and Chitnis. Okay, these three names, the meaning is secretary only, but then in those times a person who used to do the secretarial work were termed as Amatya, Sachiva and Chitnis. All these three words means one and the same, and that is secretary, a person who is doing secretarial work. Now further we are going to come up with the secretarial work. What are these works? We are going to study in the chapter now. Now see, today the state and central governments also have secretaries for various departments functioning under the control of ministries in Sachivalaya. What is Sachivalaya? Sachivalaya is nothing but a department or a committee, okay, where the secretaries, they come together and they work, or the certain parts are discussed. Now see here, there is a table given here which is in brief and a clear-cut presentation of what we have seen now. See, in Latin language, the other name for secretary is secretarius, which means a confidential writer or officer with whom secrets are entrusted by employer. Secrets are entrusted by employer means the secrets are handed over to the person by the employer. If I say I am an employer and I have appointed someone, that means I have handed over certain private or personal information entrusted to the other person, the secrets of the business. Or in Roman Empire, scribe was the other word for secretary, which means a professional letter writer or one who maintains confidential records. In Indian history, Amatya, Sachiva and Chitnis were the three names given to the secretary, which means a person who does secretarial work. So now we have a clear idea in our mind that there is one person who's working since long and there were different names given to them, but their work was to write letters for the others, to maintain the secrets of the other persons, and to do the other secretarial works. Now we are going to move ahead with the meaning and definition. See, the Oxford Dictionary defines a secretary as, now here, who is a secretary? A person whose work is to write for others. See, from the beginning of the chapter we are saying a person who is going to write for the others. A person whose work is to write for others, especially one who is employed to conduct correspondence, keep records, and to transact various other businesses for another person or for a society, corporation, or public body. Now we are going to see this definition in detail. A person whose work is to write for others, we have seen doing correspondence, especially one who is employed to conduct. Employed, what do you mean here by employed? A person who is employed to conduct. Employed means you have chosen someone to do the job, is someone who is on the job. A person whose work is to write for others, especially one who is on the job to conduct, to do correspondence, that is writing, keep records, and to transact. What do you mean by the word transact? Transact means to handle or to manage various other businesses for whom? For another person or for a society, corporation, or public body. Now, what do you hear? Public body means any of the organization or a committee which is constituted by law, which is formed by law. Coming to the second definition, according to the Companies Act 2013, Section 224. Company secretary or secretary means a company secretary as defined in Clause C of subsection 1 of Section 2 of the Company Secretaries Act 1980, who is appointed by a company to perform the function of a company secretary under this act. Now see, there is one act, that is Companies Act 2013, and in that act there are various subsections given, and in those subsections company secretary has been defined, and it says that a person who is appointed by a company to perform a function of the company secretary under this act. That means whatever work that has been appointed to be a secretary and to do the work under the act is all a person is going to perform. Coming with the third definition, a Company Secretaries Act 1980 defines company secretary as a person who is a member of Institute of Company Secretaries of India. Company Secretaries of India is a body which is working, I would say it's a statutory corporate body which works on the duties and other administrative works which is related to the secretary. They actually guide a person then this for the profession of being a secretary in India. So from above all the three definitions, we come to the conclusion that who is a secretary? If someone asks you who is a secretary, all you're going to say is a secretary is appointed. Why you appoint another person? That is for smooth functioning of the organization and to assist in various functions, to help in the various functions, that is correspondence, doing the writing works, meetings, conducting meetings, record keeping, maintaining the secrets and other administrative work, other maintenance work in an organization. So now in this image you can see that there is a lady sitting there doing the writing work, trying to maintain the files, trying to respond to the persons maybe via emails and doing all other jobs that is there in the organization or in the company, right? So with this we come to an end with the today's topic. That's all for today. Thank you.